Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I got in a reflex style red dot to take a look at. This one's coming from Vector Optics and the model is the Frenzy Flex. This one's going to have several mounting options. It's going to have motion awake or shake awake technology, and it's going to have a feature that I personally have never had in a pistol red dot before. So stick around if you want to learn about it. I'll do a real quick unboxing. I'll go over all the features and specifications. I'll try to show you guys what the reticle looks like, get out to the range, do a little bit of testing with it, and then give some thoughts on it. So over the years, I've had several rifle scopes from Vector Optics that I really liked, so I'm hoping for good things for this little pistol red dot too. But as you can see, their packaging is really well done. There is a QR code right there that you can scan that probably takes you directly to the page for this specific optic. Mine also had a Vector Optics patch and then like a poker chip, but I can't say if every order has that or if it's just because they asked me to review it. But let's get into this, see how things are packaged and what all we get here. So this is interesting. This looks like the tool. I can see like different ends on this, but it's basically a little gun. That's actually pretty cool. So yeah, it's even branded here. And then the ends have different sizes on it, probably for mounting and then making like windage and elevation adjustments, but that's very cool. On the one end of the box when I opened that, I thought it was a manual, but it actually just shows some of like the footprint size here. There's a warranty card up on top here. They actually offer a lifetime warranty on this red dot. We have the manual, looks like a cleaning cloth. We're going to have the dot itself, a Picatinny mount, and I assume a bunch of screws. I'll show you all the sizes here in a second. And there are the sizes of the included screws. And there were 3 more tools for mounting and making adjustments. There is a little spot here where it looks like a battery should go, but there's not one there, so hopefully there is one in the red dot. I won't show you guys the entire manual, but I did want to show you that there are illustrations and everything appears to be in proper English. But here is the Frenzy Flex. I'm going to give you guys some close-ups before we start going over all the details. So the first thing that I'm noticing about this is just how robust it feels. Like you can tell it's just built really well. They are using 70-75 aluminum. Most optics are made out of 60-61. Next thing that stands out to me right away is just how big this window is here. That is 29 millimeters by 24. I like how they have their logo milled into the top here. Has the company name kind of here on the side, model over here, and then I like how it is serialized. You're going to have soft touch buttons to turn it on and off and to adjust your brightness levels. Going to have our windage and elevation adjustments here and here, and it looks like this uses a CR1632 battery. This is going to have an IPX7 waterproof rating. So if you're shooting in the rain, snow, humid climates, whatever, this will be perfectly fine. This is even submersible up to like 3 feet for 30 minutes. As far as the recoil rating, most pistol red dots have around 1,000. Some of them are 1,200. This one is actually 1,500 Gs. So you can honestly put this on anything, including like shotguns or high power rifles. It'll withstand a recoil of those. The dimensions on it, we're looking at 1.75 for our total length, total width 1.4, and height 1.3 inches. We're looking at a weight of the dot by itself of 1.4 ounces. I'm hoping that there's the battery in it. If you want to run the little Picatinny mount there with it, you're at 2.2 ounces. Let's go ahead and pull this battery tray out and make sure there is a battery in it. Again, it's a side loading battery, and we can take this little tool right here, put it in there, and then just work these screws out. So those screws for that battery door are super tiny. They do include 2 extras in case you lose those. So there's nothing really to grab onto to get that battery door out. So just take like that little flathead that's included and kind of pop it there. And unfortunately, mine does not have a battery with it. So right now, these are technically only available for pre-order. So maybe once they start shipping them to buying customers, they'll include a battery. All right, got a battery for it. Just so you know, the negative is facing up when this goes back in. All right, let's see what this dot looks like. We turn it on just by pressing the kind of plus sign here. One click turns it on. This is going to have 11 brightness settings total. 9 of them should be visible to the camera, and then 2 of them will be night vision. But let's kind of just hit it a bunch of times just to get up to what we'll say is the brightest. All right, so that should be number 11 right there. Now let's kind of run down through them. So it's 10, 9, 8, 7. Those clicks are very positive on there. 6, 5, 4, 3. The camera's having a hard time picking up that one. And then the next 2 it should not pick up at all. Let's kind of run back up through one more time. But as you can see, that definitely gets very, very bright. So here's the feature that I said I've never personally had on a red dot before. This is a 2 MOA dot. I've had all kinds of red dots that you could have circles, circle dots, just the dot. But you can actually press the plus arrow here and hold it for about 3 seconds and change that from a 2 MOA to a 6 MOA dot. So we're going to press it, hold, and I know it's hard for the camera to see, but that dot just got significantly larger. I'll try to show it again going back the other way from 6 to 2. So I'm pressing the button, 3 seconds, you just see it change again. But on the exact same brightness setting, the 2 MOA dot may appear to be a little bit brighter. I'm going to switch it to the 6 here. See how it looked like it just dimmed down some? And it's only because the 2 is so much smaller, it's like more precision. I'll switch back here again, you'll see it get brighter. See how that looked like it just got brighter? But yeah, it's just because the 2 is just so much smaller. So yeah, you could use the 2 if you're trying to do precision shooting or really tight groups, and then use the 6 if you're just trying to hit steel plates or something like that. So if you want to turn it off, you can manually turn it off by holding the minus sign for just a few seconds, and it will power it down, I think, after 3 seconds. Okay, and then again hit the plus sign to turn it back on. This does have that shake awake or motion activation type stuff with it. Basically, if this sits idle for about 10 minutes, it will power itself off, and then with any movement it automatically comes back on at whatever brightness level you had it set at. I will tell you guys that if you do manually turn this off, that it kind of disables that motion awake technology. So yeah, if you manually shut that off, the motion awake no longer works on it. I'm going to work on getting this mounted next. Just so you guys know, the footprint on this is for a Delta Point Pro or the Shield SMS, which is SMSC or the RMSc. You could also use the included Picatinny adapter. Get that mounted on there like that. Put your screws down there to hold that on there. And then this you could put either on a pistol or revolver that might have a Picatinny rail on the top of it. You could put this like as an offset, like a 45-degree offset on a rifle, or even use it as your primary on a rifle. So with the RMSc footprint, you'll be able to mount this directly to like a Smith & Wesson Shield or Shield Plus, a P365, the Glock 43X. With the DPP, you can do like a SIG P320, some FN models, some Springfield Armories. I think some staccatos and then maybe some shadow systems will direct mount to it. If you want to go to like a Glock 19 or Glock 17 or 45 or whatever that has the MOS system, you are going to need some adapter plates to mount that. And even though they include several sets of screws, if you have to start using those adapter plates, these may not be long enough, so you might have to get longer length screws. Alright, got that mounted. People always ask me what the height is, like once it's mounted, and we're at like 0.36, 0.37 inches. They do have a rear sight channel built in, but like I think with most stock height sights, you are not going to be able to co-witness. I mean, through that channel I could see my front sight, but I'm still not aligned with the rear sight then. Just so YouTube knows, adding a red dot to a pistol does not modify it in any way whatsoever. It still does exactly what it was originally manufactured to do. I do want to check out the windage and elevation little turrets here, see what they feel like. I know that they are 1 MOA at 100 yards. So it's not the loudest clicks, but I can definitely feel it stopping in between every one, and I can hear it as well. Alright guys, out at the range this morning with that Vector Optics red dot. I'm going to get it sighted in, probably put 50 rounds total through it. Just make sure there aren't any issues with the dot itself or the glass or the mounts or anything. Alright guys, back from the range. Happy to report I didn't have any issues whatsoever. Once I got it sighted in, it held 0 for the remainder of those 50 rounds. So before I give you my thoughts on this dot, do you guys have anything from Vector Optics, or have you ever even heard of them before? Let me know down in the comments. As far as this Frenzy Flex, I really like it. You can tell it is a premium dot. You can just tell that it is extremely well built. It's going to be very durable. Again, they're using that 7075 aluminum, 1500 Gs of recoil rating, IPX7 water and dustproof rating. I really like how huge that window is. Again, 29 millimeters, very easy to find your intended target. Glass is very clear. There's no distortion like along the edges. There's no like fisheye effect or anything like that. The dot itself, very crisp, gets very bright. It's very easy to pick up, again, even in extreme sunlight. There's no like starburst or like halo effect or anything like that. I like how it gives you the option to change that reticle size from a 2 MOA to a 6 MOA. That's a really premium feature. This is really designed for like IPSC, like competitive shooting. I like how this has the side loading battery door, so once you get your dot zeroed, you do not have to re-zero it when you change out your batteries. I like how this will fit multiple different slide cuts. Again, Delta Point Pro, the RMSc platform, even Picatinny. And then with that high recoil rating, again, you can put this on like rifles, shotguns, pretty much anything, honestly. I like that they include multiple sets of screws for mounting. They even give you some replacement ones for a little battery door in case you lose those. But a lot of companies do not include screws with their optics. I like that this has that shake awake or motion sensor technology in it. I have tested that dozens and dozens of times over the last couple weeks, and it has worked flawlessly every single time. So you can basically put this, leave it on, put it in your safe or holster or whatever you're going to do, and with any type of movement, it is on instantly. You don't have to like try to fumble with finding buttons and stuff in the dark. And finally, I like the fact that they are offering a lifetime warranty with this optic. A few other things to let you guys know about. Mine obviously did not come with a battery. When I got this, they were on pre-orders, so maybe they are shipping them with batteries now, but be aware it was a 1632 that you might need. Another thing to let you know about, the design of this, kind of puts the glass kind of far forward, and basically about every 2 magazines or so it was like every 20 some rounds, the front end of this would get extremely dirty. I left some of it on there right now, but it's just a bunch of carbon that will build up on there. So I did have to clean it a couple times during my range session. Another thing, this did not come with any type of like rubber cover or anything like that. I know some people, if they're just like stored it in their safe or whatever, like to have a cover on it, but didn't include one. As of right now, I believe that it's only available with a red dot. I don't know if the green dot's going to be available in the future, but when I look at the website, I only see red available. And finally, last thing I'll mention is that these buttons for like making your brightness adjustments and stuff like that are very, very flat. And if you have bigger fingers, it's kind of hard to like make those adjustments. It's not a huge deal because once you get it set, it's kind of always set there, but just wanted you guys to be aware of that. They're almost sunk down a little bit. But overall, I really, really like this optic. I would definitely recommend it. I'm honestly not 100% sure on pricing on this one. When I got it 2 or 3 weeks ago, the website had a little button that said like pre-orders, and I never clicked it to see what a price was. Well, now like 3 weeks later, that little pre-order button is gone, and it doesn't say like it's available, so I'm not 100% sure. But I will leave a link to Vector Optics website down in the video description in case you guys want to find out more information on this dot or pick one up when they're available. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.